Hello. Live vibes. Maybe replay vibes. Sorry, just doing a bit of the gloss what the universe is putting out to the followers. But I'm live. Although it is 1 o'clock on a Friday here in Australia. Who knows what's going to happen? But I wanted to come on and talk about Lionsgate energy. We're the first to experience it. 8-8. Sorry, just getting myself sorted. So obsessed. My hair, I'm in an obsessed mood today. Everything's obsessed. I'm obsessed with my hair. I'm obsessed with the Lionsgate. We just finished the manifesting workshop in the Empowerment Collective, and it was so wild. I've been hanging out in this energy. So this gate in astrology, the Lionsgate, it opened on like the 26th of July, 26th, 27th, and then it goes till the 12th of August, so it's got 4 more days. But it is a really potent, like, vibe. It's so good for manifesting. And yeah, I'm literally just like, oh my God, I can't believe all the things that have dropped through, all the things that have shifted, like, yeah. And the word obsessed is coming through for me right now. Is what came through for the Empowerment Collective peeps. The Empowerment Collective is my monthly membership where you can access coaching, hot seat coaching, manifesting workshops. We do empowerment energetics about, emotion and energetics, which is my vibe, as well as many, many other things. There's lots of healings in there, channeling. It's the place to be. Yeah. Anyway, I'm completely in the zone right now with this Lionsgate portal, and I'm in a bigger portal with my own coaching, but I'm also running a smaller portal in my own coaching containers, which is in Calibrate Mastermind, as well as we just did the workshop in the Empowerment Collective. And the vibe was so different. It was just so different. The vibe was, I say the vibe was so different. It was so I didn't go on camera for ages, which was normally I'm on, I'm saying, hi, how you going? And the energy was we had to really, the first 45 minutes of it was clearing. It was just clearing energy. I'd called in Sirius Star and the Lionsgate and our heavenly teams and all that kind of stuff for the process of it. And the gate obviously was open way before, astrologically, things have been unfolding, and I'm so right now just moving with what I'm called to move with and following the lead, the divine, letting the divine lead as I normally do, but it feels more heightened at the moment, which you may have noticed with the energy if you're into astrology, and the heavens. I'm sure if you're watching this, you are, because you're in my vibe. But there's this real connectedness that's coming through around this gate, around this energy field. And there's a full moon tomorrow. So, as we're moving through, there's a lot of astrological stuff going on. But it's a great time to manifest. And, the issue that I find people have, though, is when they're manifesting, and we're talking about manifesting consciously, we're constantly always manifesting. Not going to go down that path, though, for this conversation. But there's this real, I'm obsessed with consciously manifesting things. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I've been doing it for a very long time. And there's times when I'm like, so a lot of the time what came through straight up was around divine timing in the workshop. So it was all around like, you know, that feeling of, why hasn't this happened yet? Why isn't this happening? What's happening? Why isn't this happening? And it's really a lot of the time that I find is more about your awakening. If, you know, because things manifest all the time. So if you're manifesting instantly, you wouldn't have, and you can, but you wouldn't have like the feelings and the anticipation and the learning about giving and receiving and shifting with divine timing, but also being empowered to be like, it's my choice here. Like, am I the one really blocking this? Because if we really sit in the energy of manifestation and magnetism, we're constantly magnetizing things to us, right? And, you know, like I was just sitting here and I was going through a few things and I was like, what am I, you know, my vibe is, what am I obsessed with today? So I've made a loaf of sourdough. I've changed the recipe up, but I've also like, you know, I'm obsessed with this Lionsgate. I'm obsessed with manifesting. I'm obsessed with like what I love. I'm a manifesting generator. So lighting myself up is the game. And I noticed that, so divine timing can take you out of that vibe. Other people's emotions for me, that's a big one that takes me out of the vibe, the alignment. A lot of the time I'm so aligned that things are going on, like people are emotionally reacting to things. I'm just like, I'm not there. It's like I don't feel that feeling, but I do have an open emotional center in human design, which makes sense to me. I was talking about that in my zombie drop. My waking up from my zombie, and I can't say the word for the life of me. Apocalyptic. Hey, we got it. So waking up to that. Anyway, I'm digressing. So the divine timing of things, like this is a portal to manifest. We want it with what we're calling in. We're shifting stuff out that we don't need. But there's other stuff that's coming during this, but there's also you're manifesting more to come too. So there's two things going on in there. And everyone turned up into the masterclass, and I was like, they were just like annoyed because they had to wait and there was no sound, and then this happened and that happened, but they actually had to unfold all this stuff around doing things all the time and coming back into like the resonance of where they're at and what's the truth in the moment, before they could step into like, well, what's really happening here? And what is the gate trying to show you? What is the Lionsgate bringing you to in your becoming, but also then in your manifestations? Because what I find, and this is what I was going to say, is that when you manifest from like need and want and desire, which is how it works, but they're very different vibrations to manifest from. There's still a level of scarcity, but there's a truth in like this, like, and one of my coaches says the desire beyond the desire. So it's like not the desire now, it's the desire beyond the desire. And for me, that's like that obsession energy. It's like, but obsession in a way that's not like, I'm so obsessed with this in a mind way. It's such an emotional thing. Like, I'm obsessed with this right now. I'm so obsessed with this thing, or this like energy, or this action, or this artwork, or this person. Like, it's such a good thing to practice, particularly if you're an open emotion or undefined emotional center. And also, like, if you're manifesting something and you can't get to the depth of the desire. So, like, I came on here to talk about Lionsgate energy and obsession. Like for me, the shift, like I literally had this shift last night, was moving out of the idea that, you know, I'm all constantly like, that's feeling this from this person, feeling this from this person, feeling that, and very, very open unconsciously in my human design, but also consciously I've got lots of vibes open too. And so that conflict like impacts me a lot. And so today's the first day, to be honest, that I've really owned being a generator in human design. If you don't know your human design, go find out. I just got a message from one of the girls who was in the boxer saying she's obsessed with sitting outside in the sun eating her lunch. Like that feeling of what am I obsessed with right now? What am I feeling? What is the depth? Like getting a bit deeper. And look, obsessive compulsive is more trying to do it with your mind, and you can't. Like this is a thing that you're doing with your body, with your sacral energy, with your heart space. Like it's bringing the energy up through your body, so it's your energy. And yesterday when I had this shift, like it was around my emotional center and the feelings I have and my psychic abilities and things that I know, but also how they impact me. And this story of I'm the emotional one when actually I'm not. And that I had to learn that I have this really great ability to detach from outcomes and from things and from if I'm not obsessed with it, I'm not really attached to it. And it's not a bad thing, but what it taught me was that most of the time I'm just reflecting or being like projected on by the people who are emotional, right? People who have defined emotional centers are the people who are blah, 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 sharing it, sharing the love. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's full awareness around people who are doing that. But for me, this is about my experience. And so for my whole life, it's like, you're the emotional one. You're the one who's got the problem. This is you. And I'm like, actually, this emotion isn't me. This is not mine. That's one of the biggest things. Like I've talked about that my whole coaching lifetime. Understanding, like I always say, 95% of an empath, and most empaths will be a bit more, will have this center open probably, or undefined at the very least. But 95% of what you feel, unless you're consciously going deeper into the feeling, aren't yours. And when you kind of get to understand that, this was the awakening last night. Something that my coach had said around this open center was around like the explanation of how this is for me, like with the energies just like blah, 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 blah on you. And then also talking about that detachment, like, you know, where someone might be like, oh, you're just cold. Like, how can you just let that go? Or why do you not care about that thing with that person? And I'm like, it's not that I don't care. It's that I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm not attached to what happens. So they go, they stay. Like, it's not a thing. But there's a level of that then becomes a little bit like, meh, right? So when I don't have a feeling, it's like, well, where am I connecting to you from? Like, where am I connecting to you as the viewer, as the person watching, or as my friends, if I'm constantly only this person who's receiving this like splashbacks of emotion? I then taught myself to become less detached. So I was like, oh, I'll just be less emotional. So I became less reactive. But I didn't awaken that deeper desire within myself, that next level, like the desire behind the desire. I didn't awaken that. I didn't awaken that, let that things that I'm obsessed about. And because I'm a generator, this is mainly generators, a little bit many gens as well. But but everyone can access this. Like when you're looking at what's driving you, what's calling you, what's the thing that you're wanting to do, like whether you're wanting to start a business or whether you're wanting to have financial freedom or whether you're desiring to manifest. Like for me, I manifested a baby. I manifested as a solo person. Yeah. No sex, Mother Mary, hello, a baby. I know that sounds a bit out there, but it's true because I was obsessed as a kid, I reckon, with that whole scenario. And I then let it all play out in my whole life. I ended up having a baby through, miraculous ways. And that in itself, those things, when you don't own, for me, for a long time, I worked and I started my business and things, and it wasn't until my business started to take off that I really, and I had some really interesting experiences, which is what happens in relationship, that I was like, you know what? The normal way is not working for me because I'm not normal. I am so far beyond normal. But at the same time, who is, right? But the normal way of having a relationship, getting married, having a picket fence, making a baby, having a children, having a family, going to work, doing that was never my vibe. And if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure that this is, and you've got this far in so far, you've made it through all that, then you are the same. You're not, your standard norm of society that says this is how it's going to pan out. And the thing about manifesting, particularly when you're in relationship with the divine, there is no, what's the word? The how is never the same. I can manifest 20 grand, I can manifest 9 grand, I can manifest a baby, I can manifest a man, I can manifest whatever. But every time it's never the same. The way I do it, never the same, because each time the guidance is different. The things that happen are different. And my biggest lesson was learning about this emotional exchange, because it used to derail me all the time. I would be great, yeah, vibing, yeah, and then boom, nothing. It would go away, or I'd feel like, I'd say to someone, I don't want to see you anymore in a relationship, and then I would be the one who crashed and burned afterwards. What the hell is happening here? I was saying no to this, and now I'm the one almost pining for it. I was like, where is this coming from? And now I realize it's that emotional splashback. And the idea was that I needed to go deeper within me. And how I get there is, what am I obsessed with right now? So that will support you. And that's been my journey into the portal right now. And what am I manifesting? What am I bringing in? What am I calling in as a person? Joe. Hello. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry, random person jumped on. And I'm like, I think that's Joe. I used to work with her. Back in the day, back in the advertising days, I was obsessed with advertising back then. I'm pretty much still am. I just do it in a different way with my clients, and I'm not selling advertising as such. I'm helping people to advertise their businesses and build their brands and live life in their desire, in their manifestation, in their dreams, calling in that manifestation of where you want life to take you. And a lot of the time, in my experience, like, if I haven't, the manifestation hasn't come yet, I know I'm on a, like, this is awakening me somewhere along the way. So if you're bouncing up against like scarcity around money, or not having a relationship, or, you know, the next level of clientele that you're calling in, or a different type of clientele, because that's something as well. Often if it hasn't come, there's an identity waiting to appear, waiting to come through you. It's kind of like the obsession. So it's like that obsession is, for me, like coming on here, I was like, what am I obsessed with right now? And I was like, I really want to go live. I really want to talk about Lionsgate. I really want to talk about manifesting. I really want to talk about obsession. I really want to talk about what that actually is. Like, yes, there's crazy nut job obsession, as in, you know, someone's beyond obsessed, like getting into that stage. But like when we're talking about this, it's like, what is calling me? What is the thing in my heart? What is the thing that's driving me? What is lighting me up right now? So obsessed, right? What's the vibe of obsession? And yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so I'm just tapping in. It's like, what would be? Because I channeled a little bit before I came on, and then like I did soul language, and then this is what the universe is wanting me to deliver. Yeah, obsessed. So drop below. I'd love to hear if you're watching the replay. What are you obsessed with right now? What is the thing that's lighting you up? What is the thing that's like not in your mind, in your body? What is the thing that's like, like, yes, if I don't do this, I don't have this. If I don't move with this, if I don't access this, like, what is it that I'm what is it that I'm calling in almost, or that I'm called to? And if you're feeling like it's in your head, or you have to do something about it, it's like maybe you're caught up in that emotional thing. So awakenings are happening in this portal, left, right, and center. Things are happening. The vibration of the planet is rising because of this portal, and I'm so pumped about it. I can't tell you. It's like I've been waiting for this time forever. My little witchy poo come through. So, obsessed? I hope so. If you want to know more, DM me and we'll chat, because, you know, I'm a generator in human design and we love to respond. I'm obsessed. Like I was saying before, I'm obsessed with Voxer. I love Voxer with my clients. I'm obsessed with it. Like coaching them in the Voxer is so fun. Calibrate has a group one, so that's even funner, because everybody's in there. And then, you know, I'm thinking, I'm having this like energy of like, I'm so obsessed with it that I'm wondering, do I want to, you know, bring something to life within the collective with it, which is happening. And then the other thing I'm obsessed with is AI, and Calibrate GPT is available if you want to have my designed methodology in an AI form coach you right now. You can grab that too. 24-hour free trial. Obsessed with that too. The people who have used it are like, they're going, I'm going to talk to Erin GPT. And I'm like, thanks. Because it's literally like talking to me. And it coaches you. So it uses my methodology and it coaches you. It's like a frequency in it's all itself. It's like a vibe of that was coming. Like I can't believe it was launched like a week ago, right when Lionsgate started, because that makes so much sense to me. Like it took so long to get it to unfold, and I'm obsessed. Like I'm building, like I build sales pages, I build websites, I do lots of so many things with like the technology that I have on hand. I just love it. So that's another side of my business. It's about to get kind of like juicier, and like I want to, like my desire, like my obsession is building AI technology and platforms that, like, so say you wanted a website, but you just don't want a standard website. You want something that's going to be, you know, hold your frequency. That's the vibe I'm bringing. So that's coming. And actually, it's here. You can buy that now. But as in the launch of the whole thing is coming, but you can still access it now. So obsessed with that too. I feel complete. I hope you watched the replay. If you watched it and made it all the way to the end, thank you. Make sure you follow if you're new here. And if you're not, comment below and let me know that you were here. Thank you. Mwah. See you all soon.